Energy balance has been an old known concept about weight management. What's new about it, which we have to reconsider?
Yeah, it's actually not a new concept. Energy balance is the study of how the body regulates energy through the body. We take in energy through intake, we store it in our body, and we expend it through metabolism and physical activity. So it's the framework to understand how the body regulates body weight. So if we want to understand why there's so much obesity, or if we want to understand how to reduce obesity, we have to start with an understanding of energy balance. Anything that affects body weight is affecting energy balance.
How is it feasible to advise working people on high levels of physical activity, especially when technology is rather not in line with that?
That's one of our biggest problems, is technology has made it so that we don't have to be physically active in our lives. People used to get paid to be physically active because they had to be physically active in their jobs. So they would go to work and they didn't decide to be physically active. You would have to dig the ditch or farm or whatever. What we have now are technology, so you don't have to do that. The farmer's sitting in his air-conditioned tractor not being physically active. That's probably one of the biggest drivers of the increase in obesity, because if a population is not very physically active, it means that to avoid obesity you would have to eat very little, and humans are not very good at eating very little. So we're physically inactive, we don't eat very little, we eat more, and what the body does is to increase the fat stores in order to achieve energy balance. So I think technology is one of the biggest drivers of the increase in obesity.
We can see a digital movement towards exercise, applications promoting exercise, video games making kids move. What do you think about that?
I think we're going to need everything. Technology has caused part of the problem. The question is, can we use it to make people more active? So computers and mobile phones caused part of the problem. Can we now use computers and mobile phones to get people more active? So take, for example, children. Video games initially required you sitting down and do it. Now there are sensors so you can go and play games while you're moving. So I think we absolutely should try to do more of that. But I think we also need to look at how can we put movement back in the workplace. More and more people are sitting at computers, right? But now with technology increasing and voice activation and everything, maybe you don't have to sit to interact with your computer anymore. And maybe you don't have to sit in the classroom. So I think we need some really innovative thinking for ways that we can add movement back into our lives.
Thank you very much for the interview.
You're very welcome.